Senator Ned Nwoko, representing the good people of Delta North, Delta State. Mr. President, this is the motion on the Galadimawa kidnap incident, which we've been discussing at various times. Mr. President, the Senate notes that on the 23rd of November 2023, the Senate, via a motion, resolved that security agencies to fortify security and address the surge of kidnappings in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT. Notes also that the resolution was prompted by the tragic abduction of 19 individuals, including my senior legislative aide, Barrister Chris Agidi, in Galadimawa, Abuja. Aware that upon receiving the distressing news, I took immediate action and promptly contacted the FCT Commissioner of Police, who swiftly activated the OC anti-kidnapping team to secure the release of those abducted. Informed that the FCT Police Command operatives conducted a successful operation on the 24th of February 2024. Acting on reliable intelligence, they raided Sadwana Forest in Toto, Nasarawa State, and apprehended one Samaila Wakili Fafa, also known as Habu Ibrahim, a notorious kingpin who has long eluded capture and has been on the command's wanted list. Informed also that the suspects have admitted that the criminal syndicate orchestrated and carried out numerous kidnappings in the FCT and its surrounding areas, including the abduction of Chris Agidi and Mr. Sunday Yaya Zakwai, the district head of Keti village. Disturbed that the gravity of this situation has only been compounded by the revelation of Barrister Agidi and others' untimely demise at the hands of these abductors, and their remains recovered and deposited at Gwagwalada Teaching Hospital mortuary for medical assessment. Cognizant of the police force efforts, who displayed unwavering dedication and determination in pursuing the kidnappers, the Inspector General of Police, Benneth Igweh, the FCT Commissioner of Police, Benneth Igweh, who personally led the team into the forest in search of the bodies, CSP Mustafa, the officer in charge of anti-kidnapping, and CSP Victor, the divisional police officer of Utako, along with other courageous police officers. Accordingly resolves to 1. Observe 1 minute silence in honor of those killed due to the cruelty of the bandits through kidnappers. 2. Urge the Inspector General of Police to see to the installation of CCTV cameras in strategic locations within and around Abuja highways and other capital cities to bolster surveillance and deter criminal activities. 3. Also call on the Inspector General of Police to urgently increase security patrols and surveillance within Abuja and across the nation to proactively combat and prevent further kidnappings. 4. Mandate the committees on defense and police to recommend robust strategies to prevent future kidnappings within FCT. 5. Call for the recruitment of more police personnel to bolster security forces' capacity to combat kidnappings and other criminal activities effectively. 6. Urge for the provision of equal mobility resources for the police to enhance their ability to respond swiftly to security threats and conduct patrols effectively. 7. Call on the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, to urgently ensure the functionality of dedicated emergency numbers for police, ambulance, and fire service emergencies to enhance swift response to security and public safety incidents. And lastly, urge the police to dedicate a 3-digit number, emergency number, for effective emergency responses. I so move, Mr. President.
And my voice in supporting this motion in its entirety, and to also express my deep condolences to our colleague, Senator Ned, whose SLA was gruesomely murdered by men of the underworld within the FCT. I also like to commend his fine use of words towards the police establishment, and to add that once the police do something that is commendable like this, it is correct that they should be commended. And the choice of words expressed by Senator Ned who speaks to the fact that he really appreciates the hard work of the police by identifying the culprits. Maybe when we come to the prayers, I will also have something to add. At this juncture, I only support the motion and to pray that may the soul of his deceased SLA rest in peace. Amen. Thank you, Mr. Senate President.
Colleagues, I also want to lend my force to this bill. In the first instance, to commiserate with the mover, Senator Ned Nwoko, on the demise of his SLA, who was one of the people killed by the dastardly act of these kidnappers. Without wasting our time, sir, security of life and property is very germane, and this is the federal capital for Nigeria. And whatever is happening here is a reflection of what is happening in your country. I just want to add that apart from supporting this motion, we must ensure that whatever is passed here today is effected. The Legislative Compliance Committee of this Senate should follow whatever we decide today up, so that the CCTV and other security measures that will be put in place will be seen to be functional, so that life and properties in the FCT and other parts of the country will be safe. I so submit. Thank you, sir.
What happened to all of them? Have they all been released?
I know is that about 5 bodies or so were recovered when they went to the forest a few days ago. The CP personally led the culprits who went to show them where they left the bodies. But I don't know about what happened with the others, but I'm sure that this Senate should be able to, through the recommendations, be able to find out what happened and take appropriate steps. Well, I did that before. It's okay.
So the whereabouts are still not known.
The President, as far as I know, some of them were released. You know, when I said so much about the numbers, about 19 being kidnapped and 12 being alleged to have been killed, and also when we had our interaction with the service chiefs here, I spoke about it. I also gave some figures. But when in the last few days, speaking with the Commissioner of Police and others, they've been unable to give me the precise number of those released and those killed, except that about 5 of bodies were recovered so far.
Tragic as they invite maybe the FCT Commissioner of Police to brief us in closed session about this particular investigation, because it will be good for us to know the details and see how we can also add more solutions. So do we invite the Minister of FCT and the FCT Commissioner of Police to come on this particular incident where a legislative assistant of a senator has been murdered? And so let's look at the prayers so that we can include, because I would like to know more details about the clerk. If the Senate adopts the suggestion to invite the FCT minister to the Committee on National Security, Police Affairs, or to meet the Senate in closed session, that they should come and meet the Senate in closed session on this matter. Then from there, we can get more details on what has happened. So let's look at it's a very tragic incident. Let's look at the prayers. And, response and need to urgently enhance security measures in the FCT. The prayers. Observe 1 minute silence in honor of those killed due to the cruelty of the bandits that kidnapped many people, including the legitimate aides of our distinguished brother, Nedwoko, at Galadimawa district of Abuja. Those in support of prayer 1 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 2. Urge the Inspector General of Police to see to the installation of CCTV cameras in strategic locations within and around Abuja, the highways, and other major capital cities to bolster surveillance and detect criminal activities. Those in support of prayer 2 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 3. Call on the Inspector General of Police to urgently increase security patrols and surveillance within Abuja and across the nation to proactively combat and prevent further kidnappings. Those in support of prayer 3 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have. Prayer 4. Mandate the committees on defense and police affairs to recommend robust strategies to prevent future kidnappings within the FCT. Those in support of prayer 4 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 5. Call for the recruitment of more police personnel to bolster security forces' capacity to combat kidnappings and other criminal activities effectively. Those in support of prayer 5 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 6. Urge the provision of adequate mobility resources for the police to enhance their ability to respond swiftly to security threats and conduct patrols effectively. Those in support of prayer 6 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 7. Call on the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, to urgently ensure the functionality of dedicated emergency numbers for the police, for the ambulance services and fire services, and other emergencies to enhance swift response to security and public safety incidents. Those in support of prayer 7 say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 8. Urge the police to dedicate a 3-digit emergency number for effective emergency response. I think that's the same thing as the other prayer. But those in support of this prayer say aye. Those against say the nays have it. Now, is anybody that would like to have additional prayer? Yes, Senator Sam. That we invite the Minister of FCT and the Commissioner of Police in charge of FCT to meet the Senate in closed session to discuss on the issue of the security of the FCT. And the prayer has been seconded. Those in support of this additional prayer say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So clerk of the Senate, you will invite the FCT Minister and the Commissioner of Police FCT to meet with the Senate in closed session to discuss the security of the FCT. Distinguished colleagues, may we now rise for a minute silence in honor of those brutally killed. May the souls of the Galadimawa kidnap victims rest in perfect peace. Amen. Having exhausted all the items on the order paper, this Senate is hereby adjourned to the Thursday, the 29th day of February, 2024 at 11 a.m. prompt. And the reason why it is 29th